Morning viewers, back on the channel, CB Rider channel. Day 4 of our trip in France, and we've just left Saint-Malo heading for Bayeux. Our eventual destination is Le Triport, and we're going to spend a night there before we return to Calais and then back to UK. As you can see, the weather has changed again and we've got sunshine, which is good. Had a little bit of rain yesterday in the morning, a bit gloomy during the day. Covered the bikes in mud because we were doing the twisties through the farmlands, so managed to clean some of that sandy mud off, and now we're all ready to go. A little bit chilly today. What's the temperature say? 10 degrees on mine, but 7 on Anne's bike, so there's a variation, but there's variations on all these bikes, including we are like I said, we're heading along the D972. D roads here are lovely, so really good fun, but there is a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit, so just be careful. And the French gendarmes are quite hot on speeding, so if you're tempted to go a little bit quicker on the bike, probably best not to, as you will be fined in euros. As always, if I see anything of interest before we get to Bayeux, we'll record it. But we are going to see the tapestry because Chris, our friend, hasn't seen it, so that should be nice. If you haven't seen the Bayeux Tapestry, big part of our history, not just French history, but obviously English history as well, because William the Conqueror, the Norman, did pop over and decide he wanted to spend the rest of his life in England. Also, it's interesting because I keep seeing the Norman flag, and it's actually 2 rampant lions. Well, obviously ours has added a 3rd one when he came across, but I meant to look that up and see if they were the same. They look like they're the same type of lions. I say heraldic lions, and I think they are rampant. I think that's the word, but you know, with a claw up. So I'll look that up as well. I'll just confirm that later in the video. Until then, speak to you later. Bye. Here we are in Bayeux, having just done the tapestry, but couldn't do any videoing in there because photographs aren't allowed. But I just thought I'd show you Bayeux Cathedral because it's spectacular. It is one of the most beautiful cathedrals in Europe as well, so absolutely stunning. In fact, Bayeux is really quite a nice town, and I've been fortunate enough to stay here a couple of times. So we're now heading off to the hotel at the Triport. And then if we see anything on the route, I'll get back to you.
Live your life within the moment, and don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away. Our bodies move to the groove and the light that flickers. We get lost in the crowd, it's getting thicker. We get away from the drinks and chatter. Haven't said a word, but it doesn't matter. Feel the air get thinner. Standing in a blurry dream. No one else can see her.
So as we were riding along the road to Le Triport, we've come across a war grave, or certainly a war cemetery at Banville. And you see the different regiments. So you got the Welsh Regiment, King's Royal Rifle Corps, some Royal Air Force, Monmouthshire Regiment, Royal Tank Regiment, Royal Army Service Corps, Royal Signals, just to mention a few. The famous Seaforth Highlanders there, C. Slater, only 24. Currently on a return route, and I think a couple of days ago we came the other way and we noted the beauty of this little town, very medieval, and it reminded us of Lavenham in Suffolk. But obviously Lavenham has a lot of thatched cottages, but they don't tend to thatch over here, but they've got that wicker and daub type effect. And the colours are amazing, really. All different colours of the spectrum used on their buildings: blues, reds, greens, everything. Thing is, we didn't note the name of the town as we went through it, but we will see it when we leave, because they always give you a signpost when you leave the town. But we did have lunch here last time. I want to say the name of the town is Pont-l'Evêque. I don't know if that's right or not. We'll see when we leave. Pont l'Evêque. There you go. Oh, look at that. Look. Bird of prey. Beautiful colours on the left hand side, different colours, the reds and the greens and the yellows, and the change of the seasons. And then you got a little bit of the old chalk as well at the bottom of it. It just makes it look so beautiful, doesn't it? And that's what I like about motorcycling, is because you never, well, I suppose you do see it in a car, but you've got to make the effort to look out the window. And as a motorcyclist, you're just sitting there because you've got to concentrate on the road and you're looking around. So I think you see more of it than you would do if you were just sitting in a metal box looking out the window, or probably on your iPhone or tablet while someone else does the driving, unless you particularly taking an interest in the countryside. But as a motorcyclist, you're kind of one with the bike and the country around you. That's the whole point of it. Well, that's my opinion, but I mean, and I'm sure other motorcyclists feel the same as well, which is why they like to prefer two wheels rather than four. Windy routes. It really does put you on a windy route, doesn't it? Right across fields in rural France. I hope we don't meet a combine harvester coming the other way. Still interesting. It keeps your mind focused. Yeah. Otherwise those 73 miles get really, really boring. Okay. No, nothing coming that way, nothing coming that way.
We break up and you slam the door. I messed up on the bedroom floor. What the hell do we do this for? I push you out but you come back. That attraction, we can't fight that. Oh, keep telling myself that I should let go, but I hold on. And oh, keep telling myself that I should move on, but I don't. 'Cause we got that mad love, we got that sad love, we got that fun.
Here we are, arriving at the Triport. It's our destination for this evening. We have a hotel on the quayside, which is, according to the sat-nav, about a mile and 3/4 away. We have stayed in the Triport before, but on the other side of the quay, so ironically we're actually facing the hotel that we stayed at last time. It was quite a nice little jaunt, and it's not too far from Calais, so it makes tomorrow's journey a little bit shorter and less traumatic, if there is ever a way of being traumatic heading towards Calais. But it's quite a nice little town. You can see from the video high rises all the way down to the quayside. Oh, dead centre of La Treport. I love their temporary traffic lights to give you a countdown. Unlike the ones in the UK, which is a bit of a guess. You could be sitting there for ages. So we're on 7 at the moment. Ooh. Bless. He's carrying a bit of weight, isn't he? I know, he's tracking his old fella along the ground. Oh, come on, 6. I don't know if that's ever any worse. At least in the UK there's a mystery about when it's going to change. 5. So what can we see out from the top of the hill, apart from the big church ahead of us? Nothing. Oh, there's a flag over there. Don't know what that means. And a big red building. 4. And we're off. Yep, yeah, our hotel is on the right hand side, so we're just coming into it now. And then we go to the little roundabout. This is our hotel on the right, one with the red little sign, Le Saint Yves. And then should be parking here. Don't you just love Google Maps? We might probably have to park up and then do the stuff there. Okay.